Today we're going to be talking about Joker, a film that debuted in 2019 under the direction of Todd Phillips, with the main character, the Joker, aka Arthur Fleck, being played by Joaquin Phoenix. This movie, when first released, was actually met with raving reviews from both critics and the audience alike. However, there was one serious problem with it. That problem being its presentation of mental illness. Today, we are going to be analyzing the film so that we can answer some humanistic research questions, including, but not limited to, but including, how does Joker humanize instead of animalize and demonize those struggling with mental illness, and the commentary that it creates about living with mental illness in today's society. Now you're probably thinking, how does this add up to animals, people, power? Let me answer that question for you. Analyzing Joker actually takes into consideration all of animals, people, power. Animals, because of the animalization of what it's like to have a mental illness and be poor. The power dynamics that is represented through the society that is being presented. And finally, the people living, the rich people, the poor people, and how they interact with each other. It's interesting, right? Just how divisive this movie can be about its presentation of mental illness. And hopefully this presentation can actually clear a lot of that up for you. It's also important because of how important mental illness is in today's society. I struggle, you may struggle, and this movie talks about what it's like to be seen or unseen. First, let me give a quick summary of what Joker is. The movie focuses on a character named Arthur Fleck, who suffers from a number of mental illnesses and conditions that he has no control over. The film takes us from his midlife, taking care of his mother in their shared apartment, and even his job as a clown. The setting, of course, is Gotham City, as is all Batman movies. However, this acts as an origin film for the character Joker instead of some sort of origin for Batman, as we have already seen countless times before. Arthur Fleck then gets mugged, gets fired, gets beat up again, kills those who beat him up, finds out he's adopted, finds out some of his conditions are trauma-induced, bullied on national television, murder his own mom, and finally commit murder in front of a live studio audience. Yeah, that sounds like a lot. And not to mention, he also has to deal with the crumbling infrastructure of the slums that is Gotham City. Phillips uses specific camera angles, mise-en-scène, and certain story/dialogue choices to really present Arthur Fleck as a human, as someone who is struggling, and consequently humanizing people with mental illness in society. A society which is similar to ours today, which in turn makes this a commentary on how we and the people in power treat people suffering from mental illness. Now, using the annotated bibliography that I provided access to right below this video, you can see the secondary sources that I'm using for my argument. We have Nuremberg and Scarf doing pieces on how Joker actually stigmatizes mental illness further. But then we have an article from Jennifer Marcena, which really goes in depth about the social inequality that follows being mentally ill in society that is shown in the Joker. Then we have Valentin Scarabin's article, which in there, they try and diagnose to the best of their ability what Arthur Fleck has, to really understand and go more into depth of why it's being treated and how it's being discriminated against. And to round it all out, we have Malone, a French scholar that goes more into depth about the macro and micro political messaging within the character of Joker to fully contextualize who this person is.